Hey guys, what's going on? Welcome back to another video. My name's Dion and today I'm going to be talking about psychology when you're trading. What happens when you miss a trade? What happens when you've been planning to take this trade, everything looks crispy and say price doesn't come up to where you wanted it to come up to before shorting it. Now, I've got a live example on the charts right now, and if I had taken this trade, then I would be 10x whatever I risked. It's a 1 to 10 risk to reward ratio, and actually it had dipped much further, and at its peak it was roughly 1 to 16 risk. Now, if you're a trader, if you trade Forex or whatever, you know that this is a serious amount, considering that even making 10% a month is pretty good, if you do that consistently. Now, this trade that I missed, what happened? Let me take you over to the charts and I'll show you exactly what happened. First, I'm going to take you through my setup. I'm going to tell you about this trade, what I saw, and why I wanted to take it. So we're going to go over into the bigger time frames and let's see what happens, right? So this is Bitcoin. We're in a downtrend, so my bias is going short. So I'm looking for opportunities that to short the markets. We're currently sitting at below 30k, which I consider a key level for Bitcoin, and we can see this ascending trend line acting as a support. I also have another box right here, right? This is also a support. So what I saw was price broke through both areas of support and had flipped them into resistance. So since I'm trying to go short, I'm looking for price to set a lower high or a double top formation or something like that before going short. So let's go into the smaller time frames. As you can see here, it's very clear, right? We broke the trend line, we had retested it, and we melted further. Then we started consolidating, we started forming this bearish flag pattern, I think they call it. I'm not good with pattern names, I just see it as they are. We started forming this flag pattern, and I saw this rejection here followed by what was almost a bearish engulfing candle. But what I did see was price, this wick right here, rejected slightly this wick here and treated this previous support as a resistance. So if I delete this, it will make it a little bit clearer, right? Something like that. So we can see clearly lower lows and lower highs are being formed, and we saw price flip this support into resistance. So I wanted to short it. Now, why did I not get in? Well, can you see this orange line here? That orange line is an alert. That is where I wanted price to pull up into before shorting, and this would have been the exact way I would have taken the trade. I would have shorted straight from that touch. I would have placed my stop loss above at the last wick here, and my targets for BTC, like if you're a follower, if you're a subscriber, you know that I'm really looking forward for BTC to hit 24k USD. It's my target at the moment. So that's just a quick basic rundown for what I saw. Now, there is also this other minor trend line, which is a little bit clearer on the smaller time frames here on the 15-minute. So what I wanted to see was this. I wanted to see price bounce up from there, come into this area of liquidity. I think, yeah, just like anywhere in this box pretty much. So you just say like touched here, boom. And then I wanted to see it come down here and break this low. If you can see here, it broke the trend line, and as soon as it did, the selling volume picked up. Strong selling volume. It was a strong breakout. Now, what was my thought process behind this? Now, currently, I was at the gym, and I had set a sell limit or a short limit, whatever you want to call it. Pretty much when price hits that area, it would automatically enter the position for me. Price did not hit it, so what happened? You know, if I was still at home, not gonna lie, I would have just entered right here because I would have seen the breakout, would have seen strong shorting volume coming in. It didn't really pick up until it was down there. But regardless of that, it still broke the trend line and I would have entered there. So what did I do? Look, I saw this happen, and by the time I was at the gym, price had already melted down to these areas. Now, I could have just looked here and be like, oh yeah, 2 wicks rejection to this area, I could short from here, but that wasn't my trade idea, so I'm not going to take that trade. Now, this is something that came with experience, right? I scout the markets, I look for the trades I want to take, and now I will only take those trades which I had planned for. If I did not plan for the trade, I will not take the trade, because the markets will present opportunities not every day, but there's always going to be another trade. You miss this one, there's going to be another opportunity. Who knows? We could see a reverse in market structure from here, and the long that I take will probably be way better than the short I would have taken from there. There's always going to be opportunities, right? Even if you're just looking at one chart. So I decided not to take it. And I'm currently looking at how it's playing out. And as you can see, right now we would be in a 1 to 11.4 risk to reward ratio. It's amazing, right? You can pass the FTMO challenge, the first step. I could have just passed it in one trade. And it's not like this is a lucky trade or whatever, right? Look through my previous videos. It's not rare for me to hit 10% trades. It happens. It's because I'm patient and I know where to catch them. I also trade cryptocurrency, which is very volatile and it moves a lot. It moves quick. So look, how do I feel about this? I'm not fast. Yeah, I missed an opportunity, but you have to remember you're not going to hit every single opportunity that presents itself. This was a very, very easy opportunity, a clear trade for me to take, but given the circumstances that I was not at my computer and I try not to trade from my phone, I just couldn't take it. My sell limit wasn't hit, you know, my position was not triggered, and it did not put me into this position. You know, you can always look at and criticize yourself and be like, oh, I could have done this better, I could have done this better, but look, this is how the market works. No matter how correct you are with everything, you're still gonna lose trades, right? I felt like this was great, and I could have told myself, oh, I should have set my limit like lower so that it gets hit next time. That's true. For this situation, it could have worked, but the reality is, like, everyone trades differently, and we know how we like to trade. Me personally, I would have loved for this situation to be like, I would have wanted price to come into the area of this wick before shorting, right? Or I would have waited for the trend line to break. So I could have also placed a another position to trigger if it hits that spot. So if it had broken the trend line, it would have entered. But the thing with me is, like, I've done this before, right? It's not like I haven't done it before. And what usually happens is price will come down the trend line, it would touch my entry, it would enter me into the trade, and then reverse up and take me out. So that's why I don't really like trading that way. I don't know, like, it's not, I like more confirmations, and the confirmations in this particular scenario, which I like to look for, is price to come back into an area where we have seen a strong rejection from a wick in the form of a lower high, lower low, in the form of a lower high. I mean, that's pretty much it. I'm trying to explain this strategy as clear as I can. It's nearly midnight, so not gonna lie, my brain's a bit fuzzy, but hey, I hope it makes sense to you. So what's the plan moving forward? Nothing. I'm just going to wait until I see another trade opportunity that I feel comfortable with taking present itself, because look, everyone's going to see different opportunities, but like, you shouldn't be taking trades based on other people's strategies. At the end of the day, if you've been trading for a bit and you're consistently profitable, then you know how to trade. And it's just a matter of being psychologically strong enough to not let your greed take over. You got to be psychologically strong enough to not let your fear of missing out take over. I don't know how else to explain it. It's psychology, right? This pattern has presented itself to me over and over and over many times. So every time I see it, like, you more than likely you know what's going to happen, but it's just that it's in the small details, right? It's in the small details. Like, price didn't come up to where I wanted it to be. Therefore, I did not enter. A lot of people would have tried entering somewhere. Like, you know, if we had seen these lows get broken, might have wanted to short from here, but look what happens. Price came up. More than likely, your stop loss would have been hit. Now, my computer's about to go flat, so I'm going to end this here. So I hope you enjoyed this little video. FTMO Let's Go, dropping in 2 days. And we'll see how this trade plays out. In my opinion, I think it's going to be a pretty decent trade. I don't think it's going to reverse, but hey, like, I'm not in the position, so it doesn't matter. Actually, that's a lie. I am in a BTC short that I had taken over a week ago, and I was in massive drawdowns, but my conviction for Bitcoin going to 24K USD is strong. So I'm holding diamond hands. So yeah, that's the end of this video. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Catch you in the next one.